A deal that does nothing at all for Palestinian rights. The historic US brokered agreement between Israel and the United Arab Emirates has been met with celebration in some quarters and anger in others. US President Donald Trump hailed the deal, saying he expected more Arab countries to normalize ties with Israel. He even predicted that Palestinians would eventually join in as well, or else be left out in the cold. For some reaction to the deal, let's talk to the Palestinian Ambassador to South Africa, Hanan Jarrar, from Pretoria. Very good morning to you, Ambassador. What is your response to this deal? Will you get involved, as Donald Trump said you should, or be left out?
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me this morning also. We had issued our statement regarding this deal. We call it a deal or agreement on the sand, because the basis and the foundation for such kind of deals is actually a mirage, because we know that such deals only serve the propaganda for elections for the Trump administration, and also to save Netanyahu from the corruption charges against him. We rejected, as Palestinians united, both government and the people, such kind of a deal, because it not only betrays the Arab Peace Initiative, which is endorsed by all Arab countries and Muslim countries, but also this initiative or this agreement give the green light for Israel to continue its aggression against the Palestinian people. Because what the Arab Peace Initiative says is that Israel can have normal relations with the Arab countries if it ends its occupation of Palestine and reaches a peace deal with the Palestinians. Israel never accepted this initiative, of course, because it never wanted peace. Israel is more committed to the occupation and oppression of Palestinians than to the goal of peace. That's why we rejected and we denounced such kind of agreements.
I mean, Netanyahu said that this peace will eventually expand to include other Arab states, ultimately can end the Arab-Israeli conflict, but that can't be true, isn't it? I mean, it's not tackling any of the issues that are so important to Palestinians, the right to return, the legal settlements, the withdrawal of Israel from occupied territories.
Yes, of course, because this deal has nothing to do with peace or with achieving peace or with finding a solution to the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. Actually, it has no real impact on finding such a kind of a solution, because it's like, because we do believe that the peace is likely far away from happening now, that normalization relations with Arab countries is no longer predicated on recognizing the Palestinian rights. Actually, the cost of this agreement would be only borne by the one party who's not involved in it, which are the Palestinians in this case. And as I said, that at the time that Israel is suffocating Palestinians and blockading Gaza for 13 consecutive years, sorry, and killing Palestinians and annexing their lands for the sake of an expansionist colonial regime, we can see that some countries are going to normalization with no reward in return. It's such a pity, because what has been said about the prosperity and bringing the maximum potential from the area with such a peace deal, it's only a mirage, and it's only an illusion, because this won't happen unless the core of the problem of the Middle East is solved, which is the Palestinian-Israeli conflict.
Okay, so where does this leave Palestine? You've got Mahmoud Abbas, head of the Palestinian Authority. He is weak. I mean, there's calls for him to step down. The fact that Arab states don't support Palestine, it's only Qatar that's refusing to get involved in this deal. So, I mean, this, if anything, has weakened the Palestinian state.
Well, actually, no. The Palestinians are strong, because we are leaving to nowhere. We are staying there long time ago. We have been in Palestine even before 1917, before the creation of the State of Israel, and before we demanded the UN, before Israel demanded and pleaded to UN to create Israel. We have been there, living our own life, and it's not the right, we do believe, for any other party, whether it was Trump or any other other party to interfere in the internal issues of the Palestinians and requesting President Abbas to step away or to take any other positions. The only tangible path forward is the one that ensures and respects the inalienable rights of the Palestinian people, realizes the Palestinian people's right to self-determination and independence, reinforces the standing relevance and the strength of the rule-based international order. Without these elements, we risk slipping the region and the world at large into a reality where might is might and where agreements are made regardless of international law and international obligations.
Ambassador, very good to talk to you. Thank you for giving us the Palestinian perspective on that story. Thank you.